Hello, my name is Theo, and I take a class called Video Game Design that is taught by Mr. Nelson. For this assignment, I had to use a program called KODU to design an obstacle course on a 20 by 20 coordinate grid. The obstacles had to be built based on the directions that have been handed out to us. And, for example, obstacle A had to be on coordinates 5, 5, obstacle B at 10, 5, and obstacle C is at 11, 0. And a tree was placed at 1, 1, just so it doesn't get confusing. Once I had each obstacle built, I had to measure the perimeter, surface area, and volume of each one. So, for example, the perimeter of obstacle A was 4, and the perimeter for obstacle B was 8, because it's 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 for obstacle B, which equals to 8. They taught us in math class that to find the volume of a 3D object, you had to multiply length times width times height. So for obstacle A, it would be 4 times 1 times 1, which is equal to 4. For obstacle B, it would be 2 times 2 times 5, and that's equal to 20. Since we haven't learned about the surface area of 3D shapes yet in math, Mr. Nelson just had us count the dots on the outside of the shape, including top and bottom, to find the surface area, because each dot is equal to 1. It wasn't that hard because the bottom is the same as the top, so basically you're just finding the area of each side, including the top and the bottom, and adding it all up together. So if I count the outside area for obstacle A, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus 1 on the top for 17 and 1 on the bottom for 18. And so the surface area for obstacle A would be 18. Same for obstacle B. This shape has 10 on each side, except for the top and the bottom. So it's 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 4 on the top plus the 4 on the bottom, and that's equal to 48. So the surface area for B would be 48. Once we found out the perimeter surface area of all the obstacles, Mr. Nelson allowed us to finally program our sprites. So the KODU, which is the main sprite, the one that you play as, I use a series of conditional statements to make it work. So for example, right here, when you press an arrow, it would move. And when you bump into an apple, it would eat the apple. And when you eat the apple, it would add 1 point to the variable, which was the score. Also, once you earn 3 points, you would win the game. Afterwards, I programmed the cannon. This also uses a series of conditional statements. It would always wander around, and when it bumped into the KODU, which is the main sprite that you play as, it would explode the KODU. Last but not least, I programmed the rock. The rock also uses a series of conditional statements just like any other sprite in this game. And when it would bump into the KODU, it would make the KODU say, ouch. And then it would knock it out, or in other words, you would lose the game. And now I'm going to play the game that I designed.